are going to begin the press conference today. Good afternoon, everybody, on this very warm, beautiful day, and a warm, warm welcome to my dear friend and your Congressman, Frank Mrvan. This is a very special day for the City of Portage. We are truly honored to have the Congressman, members of his staff, and distinguished guests in our house today. So welcome to our city. Today we're going to be hearing about two really important projects in Indiana's 1st Congressional District, which came about through a community project funding request, and one that will greatly benefit our city. It will bring jobs to our city, and it will bring a quality of life to our city. I can't emphasize the importance enough of the Central Avenue West project, which was started back in 2008 or 9 when I was first a councilman under our then mayor, Olga Velasquez. The project got stalled for many years for lack of funding and other reasons, so we are so happy to get this project back going again. As I have stated many, many times, vital projects that have a positive impact on the quality of life in our city could not be done without the assistance of our federal partners, specifically our representative, Frank Mrvan. We are eternally grateful for you. Seriously, we are. So I'm going to stop talking and introduce some of the partners that we are working with on these two projects as they move forward. So first, I'd like to bring up Dr. Mike Stevens, who is the Associate Superintendent of Portage Township Schools, who's going to say a few words about the projects as it relates to the school system.
First of all, I want to send regrets from Dr. Allen as our superintendent. She's ill today, but she asked me to come in her stead. I'd like to first, if you could, or if you wouldn't mind recognizing this is Autism Awareness Month. And so if you have not taken time to learn a little bit about that, please do. It's a very special group of children that we all very much appreciate. So please do take a little bit of time to learn a little bit more about this month especially. Specifically, the Central Avenue extension, we have two of our schools that are directly on Central Avenue, Wallace Aylesworth Elementary School as well as Willow Creek Middle School. And from the drawings that I've seen, I can only see benefits that we will move forward with this in terms of the first priority for us is always school safety. And when you're widening roads and putting in sidewalks and curbs and the like, that's certainly going to address those children that walk to school and those that walk home after school. Certainly appreciate that effort as we move forward, fully support that. And then also, this also looks to make our bus riding children more safe and efficient in terms of being able to drop off on a road that has more than one lane and the like. Certainly makes it more efficient and more safe for our kids. So we certainly appreciate that. We enjoy being partners with the mayor and the city, and we would like to applaud them, everybody who has been involved and will be, it sounds as if, for their efforts in this, and certainly appreciate the opportunity to speak today. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Chris Murphy, who just received the Outstanding Engineer Award. A huge kudos to you. That was a great honor for you and for us to be able to be working with you. Chris is with American Structure Point. They have been on this project for, I think, ever since its inception. So I know that they're happy and delighted to see it moving forward. And so I'm going to let Chris talk a little bit about the project itself and the West Central Avenue project in particular and how it's going to move forward. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much. I was awarded the Outstanding Civil Engineer in the state of Indiana this year. I very much appreciate that distinguished award. I always thought I was an outstanding engineer every year, but apparently this is the year they've decided I was better outstanding. I want to start out with thanking the Congressman and the Mayor. And you know, as most of you know, the significant investment and time required to accomplish a project such as reconstruction of Central Avenue West from Willow Creek Road all the way to County Line Road is a substantial project that requires significant investment of both funding and time. And it takes a champion, or champions in this case, to stay with it, stick with it, and get through the completion of this project. And working with the Congressman's office, Congressman Mrvan, and the Mayor's office, Mayor Lynch, these are the champions on this project that have gotten us to where we are here today. And it makes all the difference in the world in being able to accomplish these beneficial projects for the community. A few notes on the Central Avenue West project. As I noted, the full project will extend from Willow Creek Road to County Line Road. The improvements at County Line Road intersection with Central Avenue were the first project that was constructed in a sharing of funding between the community of City of Portage and the City of Lake Station. And that project was completed about 10 years ago. And so in that interim, we've been working on securing additional funding for the next phases of construction and completing the environmental document, which is required to identify the impacts to the community and the environment and what we're going to do to mitigate them. And that took a piece of time to accomplish, but it was approved because everybody realized that this project will provide value to the quality of life and the safety, which is our primary values to an investment of an improvement of infrastructure projects. The first phase of the project, as you can see on one of the boards here, is reconstruction of Willow Creek Road from Brant to Peach. It involves a bridge over Willow Creek that is a project that is being funded by Porter County in a relationship to benefit the City of Portage and Porter County. And the project will include realignment of the intersections of Willowdale Road and Central Avenue and Swanson and Central Avenue to a safer configuration for traffic, and also the pedestrian component that will be available once we complete construction of this Phase 1 effort. And that pedestrian component will consist of a sidewalk and an 8-foot wide multi-use path extending along the north side of the project to provide access from the Swanson Road community to the Willowdale community and the ice cream shop over there by Willowdale to provide that improved access that is always beneficial to the community. Right now, the Phase 1A construction is being accomplished. We'll get started in earnest here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll work through that in 2023. And then the Phase 1B construction will start next year in 2024 to complete that stretch of reconstruction from Brant to Peach. It will include stormwater improvements to collect water in the Central Avenue right-of-way and store it before releasing it, outletting it to Willow Creek so that we don't provide any additional flooding events in the Willow Creek watershed due to the additional stormwater that will be accessing Willow Creek. So it's all about additional value to the community, and I look forward to seeing everybody that's here today out there when we cut the ribbon on this project and actually deliver this infrastructure, this new infrastructure provided by the Congressman and by the work that the mayor's done to the community. Thank you very much.
So I'm used to pressing the button when we do this at the council, and I know I don't have to do that here. So next, I'd like to introduce Andrew Robarge, who is with Commonwealth Engineering, who is part of another component of this project, and that is our main interceptor pipe. And that pipe runs from Highway 6 all the way to our plant and needs constant maintenance. It's the only pipe that we have, and so we're vigilant at maintaining them. And Commonwealth has been our partner on this for a long time, and they have just completed our 10-year comprehensive plan and have recently submitted a grant to the state to get 4 new clarifiers for our plant, as well as convert our plant to solar power. So we're very excited, and I'd like to introduce Andrew Robarge with Commonwealth.
Thank you, Mayor. Similar to Mr. Murphy, I would like to thank the Congressman and the Mayor for everything that they've done as it relates to this project. We're very excited about the opportunity that we have before us and that we're going to talk about today, which is phase 2 of work that, as the Mayor had said, is very critical to the infrastructure of the city of Portage. The interceptor that the Mayor talked about runs along the creek there. That is the backbone of the city. That interceptor carries approximately 75% of all of the wastewater that the city generates to the wastewater facility. So without that interceptor operating properly, we have problems very, very quickly. So it is very important that we continue to maintain that asset of the community. We have had some challenges, as you can see with some of the pictures on the slides with this interceptor, and so we're very thankful for what the Congressman's been able to do with the city to allow us to partner as a team here and to be able to get more done than we would have on our own as a city. Because of the location next to Willow Creek, this interceptor is highly susceptible to what we would call infiltration and inflow, which is not what we want. When it rains or when the level in the creek comes up, we get that clear water into our pipe, and that takes away from the available capacity that we have for our residents. So we want to keep that out, and in addition to that, we also want to structurally stabilize these pipes because they are very, very important. The I&I, like I said, reduces capacity at the wastewater plant as well. You know, we have a certain amount of flow that we can treat at that wastewater facility, and the more clear water that comes in, the less we're able to treat of what we're supposed to be doing, which is treating the wastewater that we're receiving from our residents. Similarly, it also increases our energy costs. Anytime that we have to pump more wet weather, we have to use energy to do that. And that's something that, there's a limited supply of. So the proposed the proposed fix in this case is CIPP lining of the interceptor. Last year, we did a project to expand the capacity of the siphon in this area to allow us to convey more flow. This year, we're focusing on keeping out infiltration and inflow via CIPP lining, which is a cured-in-place liner. We will not have to dig up the interceptor. We will do this in a trenchless manner. It is very low disruption to the community as compared to if we were to dig it up, and it's also much more cost-effective. Concept being that when we're done with this project, from Stone to Central, we will have a fully rehabilitated pipe that limits the infiltration and inflow into the system, and it also structurally rehabilitates the pipe. So we're very excited about this. Similarly, from a scheduling standpoint, we're fast at work on the design for this project. We intend to get this to the point where we can make an award for the construction late this fall. Expect to have the completion done by late 2024 at the latest. Thank you, Mayor.
So I just want to mention, Andrew did mention that we did work on a piece of this pipe last year, but we ran out of money, and we would not be doing this if it wasn't for the Congressman, because he got us the extra $1 million $1.1 million to finish this project. So we are very grateful for that because, like Andrew said, that is a vital pipe that runs through our city. So very, very important. One of our other partners that we work with is the Army Corps of Engineers, because any project that we do, sooner or later, they're involved in it. And we have the Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Broderick, who is with us today to say a few words to you. So come on up, Lieutenant Colonel.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Broderick, the USACE commander of the Chicago District. It's an honor to be here today and talk about community projects. So the mission of the United States Army Corps of Engineers is to deliver vital engineering solutions in collaboration with our partners to secure our nation, energize our economy, and reduce disaster risk. Every study or construction project that the United States Corps of Engineers works on is specifically funded by Congress. Congressman Mrvan has been instrumental in securing funding and appropriations for the communities of Indiana 1. He realizes that these funds appropriated and secured to further the Army Corps' mission in investments to help spur economic activity and development in the district. So we heard a little bit about Section 219 program that's under the continuing authorities that's related to water and wastewater, and that provides technical planning, design, and construction assistance to local communities who have environmental infrastructure needs across Benton, Jasper, Lake, Newton, and Porter counties in Indiana. These needs include development and protection of water supply and wastewater systems, combined sewage overflows, and remediation of adverse water quality impacts and stormwater impacts from existing waterway systems. Projects that are identified under the 219, it's a 75% federal share and 25% local sponsor cost share for that project. So for the City of Portage to start the Central Avenue sewer rehabilitation, which we were talking under these authorities, the intent of the project is to replace the trunk line that connects Swanson Road Interceptor project, and the United States Army Corps of Engineers and the city entered into this partnership and recently completed phase 1, as you heard earlier, of the project under the Calumet Region EI account, and have initiated phase 2, the Central Avenue sewer, which is past its useful life and in poor condition. Benefits of this project include increased and improved capacity due to reduction of excess flow in the wastewater system, due to inflow and infiltration, as well as reduced risks of sanitary sewer overflow events. Projects like these are a team effort, and the team has not only included the Army Corps of Engineers and the local leaders like Mayor Lynch, but also the efforts of our federal partners and the efforts of Congressman Mrvan and his staff. It has been a privilege to be part of this team. Thanks, and building strong.
So I think you can see how vital these projects are and how important it is that we partner with the federal and state government to make things happen in our city, and we have been diligent in that. It not only creates jobs in our city, but it maintains our infrastructure. I know when people look at the city, they look at the top. We've been looking at the bottom, because that's the important thing when businesses come here. They want to know that that bottom part of our city is well maintained and is constantly being scrutinized. For the first time ever, we did asset management plans on the stormwater system throughout the entire city and the sanitary system. So we're constantly evaluating that system because it protects us and it protects our businesses and our residents. But today, the person that we really have to thank for this, someone I have known for over 25 years, who is a dear friend of mine. We wouldn't be getting this $2.36 million for the Central Avenue West or the $1.1 million for the Interceptor project if it wasn't for our Congressman Frank Mrvan. So I want you all to give him a warm welcome and a big thank you for what he is doing to help us make our city go forward.
please have a seat. Today is a day of progress in Portage, and that's what we need to recognize. And I, of course, want to thank Mayor Sue Lynch. What I love about her persona and her style is she's making it seem like I had an option when she called and asked for this, which there was no option, and it is great. And she is emphasizing exactly what needs to be emphasized, and that is partnerships. And with the partnerships, we have that here. I want to thank the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that are leading this project. Lieutenant Colonel Broderick, we thank you very much. And a quick word about Mr. Murphy, who won the Engineer of the Year award. He's been a gentleman to me for 20 years. When I was just a township trustee, and I don't mean just a township trustee, he treats me the same way he treated me then as I was a member of Congress, and you have carried yourself with class and dignity, and your success is indicated of that. So thank you for all you do for our community. Thank you. And the other engineers that are here. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about community project funding, and as a member of Congress, it is to explain that aspect of it. It is what you are judged upon when you go to Washington, D.C., and you make a priority. You go before appropriations, you fight for these projects. It's very competitive. There are 435 members that are competing for these dollars. And so when you deliver these dollars and you talk about the Intercept Sewer Project, there's nothing sexy about that. You did your best. It's even hard to say. But we need to really think about the reality of what it's doing. It is securing water safety or water security through the town of Portage so that new businesses and new development can come in and that basements don't flood. But we are putting federal dollars, delivering that to the town of Portage or to the city of Portage, but we're putting men and women to work, putting that in. And so then we're building upon capacity and we're making sure flooding is reducing. So that's what makes it easy to fight for these types of projects in Washington, D.C. With that, as I came in, I recognized men and women of labor who are here today. If you're of the labor unions, men and women, please stand up so we can recognize you for doing the work that you guys do. And I absolutely bring them up because these federal projects are prevailing wage projects. They put men and women to work and they make a prevailing wage. And so that's vitally important to remember. Then we have the second part of it, which is Central Avenue. And so as we look across, it's great to have the component of school safety. It's great to understand that it's a regional project. We have Mayor Bill Carroll here from Lake Station that ties all of those things together. Give a hand for Mayor Bill Carroll. So those types of projects are worth fighting for because you deliver and you come here and you're able to speak and talk about real changes. So the dollar figures are absolutely important, the 2.3, the 1.1, but what it is really doing for the community is what we need to emphasize. And it is opening up economic development, it's creating safety, and it is doing what we need to do here in Portage to create progress and to move forward. So I will continue to be a partner. I also want to thank the city council members who are here, who participated, and want to make sure that we continue going forward, knowing that as a member of Congress, I will be that partner that answers the bell and takes the call from Mayor Lynch, who gives me no options to make sure that we're working together in the future, and the city council. But I truly am grateful and authentically want to say thank you for the applause, but I also want to thank, we've thanked a lot of people here, the citizens of not only the 1st District of Portage, giving us and having the faith in us to be able to deliver for them. And at the very least, now what we can do is we make their community safer, we allow to invest in infrastructure, and we put people to work. And when we do that, we have great cities. So I thank all of you for this moment, and I especially want to thank my friend and partner and someone who has a vision for the city of Portage each and every day, constantly is contacting me, not only checking if I'm doing okay, but making sure that we're working together for the progress of Portage. So I thank you all very much.
And when he says we're in touch, I remember when he first went to Congress and the January 6th thing took off, And I called him because I was really worried about him. And he goes, I'm under the table and we are under the gun. So, yeah, and he answered his phone, which amazed me completely. So thank you all for coming today. This is a big thing for our city. We're going to keep on keeping on, and we're going to keep bugging our congressman because we know what's in his pocket. So thank you all for coming today.
Thank you.